Okay, so I got two things I was going to talk about. First one is a cryptocurrency.
Yes, here we go. I'm excited.
Okay, cool. I thought, it's good for us to be a bit more literate in the crypto world because it's a big thing at the moment. It's not necessarily very bullish right now, but it's just getting a lot of conversation in the media and also just in general day-to-day life. I'm finding myself talking to people who... I was at work the other day and...
You're in a group. You're in a crypto group.
Yeah,
chat,
without saying too much about where I work, I've found myself in a crypto interest group.
Yes. Yeah.
With people who I just never would have expected to be in that with.
Yes.
So, in saying all of that, we should have a conversation about some crypto stuff.
Okay.
So, we've talked about Ethereum.
Yes, we have.
And we've probably mentioned some Bitcoin stuff, although we haven't really delved into it.
We just bring everything back to Bitcoin.
True.
Anyway.
As what we're doing today as well.
We did talk about, we talked about Bitcoin mining. So
we did. That's right. Okay. Yes, we talked about Marathon.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Which is also a bit controversial at the moment with the whole environmental sustainability, governance stuff.
Wow, ESG.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of mentions.
Yep.
So we'll just see how.
There was a big segment in the thing that I went to in Sydney about ESG. But yes, anyway, continue.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Okay, so the coin that I'm going to talk about is called NANO.
NANO.
Have you ever heard of it?
I think I've got some.
Really?
Let me check.
Okay, you check. I'll start talking. So it used to be called...
No, it's Luna that I've got. I always get confused.
Okay.
I got Luna and Solana.
I suppose it's still like another 4-letter word, so it seems similar.
Sounds similar, yeah.
Okay, so it used to be called Rayblox.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Roblox.
Yeah.
And the ticker, I assume you call it a ticker in crypto. I don't know.
Who knows?
The ticker used to be XRB, and it's now Nano.
Okay.
So the way these things work is
crypto SPAC.
With all of these. Not really.
Yeah. No.
with all of these kind of like alternative coins, what you'll find is there's a company behind them that have created them and that are kind of doing all of the technical infrastructure and development and stuff. So in this situation, the company is called Nano Foundation and the actual currency is called Nano.
Okay.
So the director and founder his name's Colin. Now, before I say his last name, I constantly do a thing where I do my research and I write people's names down, and in my head they don't look that hard to say.
Yeah.
And then I get to here and realize I've never said it before.
Yes.
And I'm about to butcher his last name.
Yep. Say Chamath's last name first.
Valhapatitatas.
Yep.
That's probably the worst I've ever said it.
Yeah.
Okay, I should really just figure out how to say it because you do keep asking me.
Every episode.
You'd think I'd pick that up by now. Okay, so his name's Colin Lamahio.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'll spell his last name. L-E, then capital M-A-H-I-E-U.
Okay.
Okay. So a little bit of background on Colin. So his education is Bachelor in Computer Science, which is awesome. He graduated in 2006. And quick breakdown of his career is he worked... first place that he worked was a company called eLoyalty as a software engineer, 2007. Then moved to Dell as a software developer in 2010. Then AMD.
AMD's a good one.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that. As a software development engineer in 2012. Company called National Instruments in 2013, just for a year. Haven't heard of them. Excuse me. And then Qualcomm. Qualcomm as a software engineer in 2014. And then started Nano Foundation in December 2017. Okay, so that's 2017. And it now has 11 staff members.
Yeah, cool.
Which isn't really that many. 6 of them are engineers.
Yep.
A project manager, comms manager, 1 legal person, and 2 directors, himself and another lady.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like how much customer support can you possibly need for a currency? It's like
Totally.
It's either there or it's not, you know.
So I think there's a lot of things like I'm assuming, I don't really know, but I'm assuming the comms manager, they have a lot of like curated forums and they have like representatives from the company who I think are just voluntary in each country. And so they're like the representative for Brazil, for Nano, for example.
Yeah, right.
And then they kind of like help to moderate forums that have been set up by Nano Foundation. And so it's all kind of like fairly moderated and curated. And so I assume that's what a lot of the comms manager does. So in saying that, let's talk a little bit about the characteristics of Nano, right?
Okay, yep.
So there's no fees. Literally no fees, which is pretty amazing.
All right.
Because with stuff like Ethereum and Bitcoin, and I mean, I don't know every coin, but most coins, from what I can tell, they have some sort of to create, like to generate the coin or to authenticate the transaction. There's some sort of monetary reward, So we talked about like proof of work, where you've got huge warehouses full of servers. And those people are generating like little percentages of coins that are being like come into existence.
Yeah.
So they're making income, right? Same with Ethereum, like it's proof of stake. At some point, like Ethereum 2.0. So and so those people are getting a little percentage as they confirm transactions and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to pay for that. So if I send you $2 using Ethereum, it's probably not going to be worth my while.
Yeah.
Whereas Nano, it could be, because there's no fees. Right. So it could be really good for these little lightweight transactions.
Yeah, okay.
So the transactions happen in less than a second.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fully decentralized and it's environmentally friendly, which I'll explain how the confirmation or the validation bit works, because that's where it starts to, usually in the validation point, like in Bitcoin, that's where it becomes environmentally not friendly.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you how that works in a sec.
Yeah.
So the sole purpose is just free transfer of value.
Yeah.
So there's no smart contracts, there's no staking, there's no second layer, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it was first introduced in 2014, and it was called Blocks, as I said, XRB. And then it was rebranded in 2018 to Nano. What I don't know, because it's actually not there's not a lot of content on Nano if you look it up and research it. There's some videos and some stuff, but it's not huge. And so what I couldn't quite find in the time that I had to research was how Colin came to acquire Blocks and then rebranded into Nano.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Whether he started Blocks, I don't actually know.
Okay.
And so they changed it to Nano because they thought the name represents like the speed and the simplicity of the project.
Yeah, right.
Which, like when you hear Nano, I guess it makes sense. Like nanosecond.
Very quick.
Very, very fast.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about the small transactions, but yeah, that's...
So the architecture is a bit different. So usually with a blockchain, something like Bitcoin, blockchain, it's literally just, as it sounds like, it's just a chain of blocks. Within each block, there's a bunch of transactions which get validated by different servers or different nodes.
Yeah.
Right? But in this situation, it's called a block lattice.
Lattice. Okay, yeah. I've heard this term in biology.
Okay, yeah. So you'll hear lattice in biology, like DNA lattice or whatever it is. Then you also see like people, use a lattice to like hang vines on, and a lattice kind of just intersects continually. And so there's no single chain.
Right.
It's a lattice of chains that are intersecting. And so each address, I would be an address if I hold some Nano. Each address has their own chain.
Okay.
You have a chain, I have a chain, and only I can update my chain, and one block in my chain is a transaction.
Okay.
So then, but how does that get validated? Because you've got a chain, I've got a chain, all these other people have chains.
Yeah.
How does it get validated into a correct lattice?
Okay, yeah.
So the validation process is it's performed by representatives. So the representatives are kind of like what the miners do.
Okay.
And so these people are the people who validate.
Yeah. You keep thinking it's this full.
It's not this full.
I think the number is cropped out, so you can't see it moving up and down.
True. Okay. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Okay, so the validators are called representatives, and when they get to a certain capacity, they're called principal representatives.
Okay.
And so the purpose of these people, or the purpose of these nodes, is to broadcast the transactions to other representatives. So basically to say, here's the transactions that I have seen that have happened,
Yeah.
do these reflect what you know
Right. Okay.
have happened in the network? So that's kind of constantly happening.
Yeah.
And there's minimal computing power. So let's say, for example, a representative broadcasts a transaction to another representative and there's a conflict.
Yeah.
Then, in that point, all the representatives are required to vote on the correct block.
Yes. Okay.
So kind of imagine that your block, your chain is going like this, my chain's going like this, and basically what these representatives are doing is going, yes, that block's correct, yes, that block's correct, yes, that block's correct, yes, that block's correct, and it's continually, and then it kind of makes like a ladder structure with, like you've done a transaction in your chain there, and then there's the reciprocal transaction in my chain there. Yep, that's correct. And it kind of is matching them like that.
Yeah.
So, as I said, no conflict, pretty minimal computing power. It's just communication.
Yeah.
When there is a conflict, then the representatives all vote on the correct block.
Yes. Yeah.
So, what are the representatives and how do they become representative? Well,
That's just what I was thinking.
yes. So, the representatives are chosen using a voting system. Okay? And so the voting system's called ORV, which is Open Representative Voting. And it uses, so each user, so you're a user, I'm a user, I choose a representative and delegate my balance to that representative. Doesn't mean you hold my balance, but it means that you're responsible for validating my chain.
Okay. Right.
Okay? And so the bigger the balance, so let's say, it's a bad example because let's say the camera over there is our representative.
Yeah.
And both of us use that as our representative. The larger the fund balance that representative holds, the more voting power it has.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And at any point you can change. You could say, actually, I'm going to go with that other representative, and you can grab the address of that representative, enter that into who your representative is.
Right.
And then now that's your representative.
Okay.
Okay. And so it's a little bit similar to proof of stake because you remember in proof of stake, you have to put up and lock like 32 Ethereum.
Yes.
And that gives you the ability to validate transactions.
Yeah.
In this situation, it's similar. That representative is in a way like holding a balance of Nano.
Okay.
And similar to the way the Ethereum works, the more balance or the larger the balance that representative holds, the more power they have.
Okay.
And so there's no reward for the representatives.
What? And they get what's the benefit of the voting power again?
Well, it'll become more obvious when you see who they are.
Okay.
Because it's not usually just individuals.
Right.
But the incentive is more so to secure the Nano network itself, because the theory is that the representative has invested interest in the network.
Yeah.
And so it's in their best interest to secure it. And it doesn't actually cost that much to do.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of why they would do it, apparently.
Right.
So representatives, they're often like businesses and exchanges.
Yes.
They can be wallets and normal people, but they're usually just the top two,
Yeah,
businesses. Okay. And so some examples, I had a look. I probably need to send you some links because there's some really, really, really cool data there's like a website you can go to and it's literally showing you all the validations happening all at the same time. It's showing you what block they're on, what number. It's like some really cool stuff. How many representatives are online right now, stuff like that. So got some of that data. So you can also see the top representatives. So I've got the top three. So the top representative is called 465 Digital Investments Node 1. And so their first delegation was in February 2021. So remember, a delegation is you saying, yeah, you can validate all of my transactions.
Okay. Yes.
So in February 2021, which was pretty recently, that's basically when they started. It's located in the UK. You can find all this information online. It's located in the UK. It's got a dedicated server. Now, the voting weight is 21 million nano, which is 15% of total nano in the world.
Okay. And what's that valued at in like dollars? Do you know?
Oh, no. It's currently $9.
Okay.
I think it's about $9 right now.
Right. Okay.
So 9 times 21.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
9 times 21
But remember,
million.
they don't necessarily own that. That's just, I guess, the total amount of funds owned by the people who've asked them to represent
Okay.
them. And so the interesting thing is so that's 15% of the total quantity on the market. The actual weight, the vote weight that they had when I looked at it yesterday was actually 20% because there's a bunch of representatives who aren't always online.
Yes.
When they're not online, they basically those who are online have a higher percentage of a vote because the people who hold, say someone holds like 10%, then that 10% is basically not part of the total voting rights at that point in time because they're not even online.
Okay.
So then now everyone else gets a little bit more of a percent. So the really weird thing, and I actually don't know what's going on here.
Get that out of the way while we're not recording.
Okay, so the really weird thing about 465 Digital Investments is that there's only 24 delegators. So there's only 24 people who own that 21 million nano valued at approximately $9.
Yes, okay.
That have delegated it. So that's a very strange thing to me.
Yeah.
So
it's fairly central. Welcome back.
Hi there.
Sorry about the disruption.
Perfect. So that's really strange. 24 delegators is not very many for 21 million nano. Second one's Kraken Exchange. Have you ever heard of Kraken?
No.
I've heard there's a podcast I listen to and the guy always talks about Kraken. I've never ever been on it. Their first delegation was November 2019, located in the USA, and they use an Amazon EC2 server, which is cool. And they have 10 million nano, so versus 21 million on the number one position. And they have about 8% total voting weight, and it was 10% yesterday when I looked of those that were online. And they have 10,000 delegators, which is more realistic.
Right.
As opposed to 24 for 21 million nano.
Yes, so they're much more decentralized, you could say.
Yes, so that's an exchange. So my understanding is, and the third is Binance. So my understanding is basically if you go on Binance and hold it in your wallet, they're going to be automatically they're going to be your delegator.
Yeah.
So basically what that's saying is there's 10,000 people who are on Kraken or use the Kraken Exchange to delegate their nano. So that's a good indicator of volume on the exchange. Binance, as I said, was the third in line. Their first delegation was September 2018, so it's the oldest of the three.
Yeah.
They're located in Japan, which is cool. And they also use the Amazon server, and they've got 7 million nano, which is about 5 to 6%, and 49,000 delegators versus 10,024. So that's interesting.
Yep.
And then just a little bit more about the coin. So the market cap. Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess what the market cap rank is? So, like, if you look at these coins on Binance...
of all of how many... Yeah, okay.
So, obviously, Bitcoin being number one, probably Ethereum number two.
Isn't it Coin... Don't you look at Coin Market Cap? There's a website called Coin Market Cap, which is owned by Binance.
Yep.
And then that's like...
Yep.
Yeah, it just ranks them all.
Well, they also... I think if you look at all of the coins on Binance on your phone or whatever, it ranks them.
It still ranks it anyway, yeah. It's the same system.
Exactly. So, do you want to guess what number they are?
That it is number 17.
81.
81.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it's pretty small. So I'll give you an example. So the market cap's 1.2 billion. This is all in Australian dollars.
Yes.
Which was down 10% yesterday.
Yeah. Yep.
Like within a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
Bitcoin Gold market cap, just because it's similar, is 1.4 billion.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was only down 2% yesterday.
Yeah.
A Bitcoin itself, market cap. Do you want to have a guess? Do you know? Yesterday in Australian dollars.
850 billion.
Oh, 880 billion.
Oh, that was pretty close.
It was down 5% yesterday.
Yes.
And then Doge.
Doge.
Do you want to have a guess?
I guess that Doge at the moment is 230 billion.
Nah, 53 billion.
Okay.
Down 5%.
Yes. It's come down hard since the other week.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, hey? So the market cap was 1.2 billion. Exchange volume is 100 million. So that's 8% of the market cap is currently sitting on the exchange.
Yes.
Which is interesting. I guess the rest of it's just locked in wallets.
But that's just the Binance exchange, isn't
No.
it?
That's
all
exchange.
of the exchange. Right, okay, cool.
8% of it is on exchanges right now.
Yep.
Network data as of 11:40 a.m. yesterday.
Yeah.
What was yesterday? The 29th of May?
Yes.
The latest block was block number 120,134,529.
Wow, good stat.
Yes, you'll remember that one. So there's a fixed circulating supply. So this is awesome because it's not inflationary. So the supply is 133,248,260.
Yes, and it can't expand.
Doesn't expand. And
It's
they're
a
all
random number to pick for something that can't expand.
yes, and they're all currently already in supply. So it's not like Bitcoin where they have to be mined.
Yes, okay.
And the ledger size, which is really interesting, which is if you stored the data from all transactions to date, do you want to guess how big, how much memory you would need to store all of the data?
1 million terabytes.
50 gigabytes.
Okay, wow.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's very small.
Really, really small.
Yeah.
And online, at that point in time, there was only 88 principal representatives. So these are representatives like Binance, Kraken, the first one that I mentioned. 24-hour data. So on-chain volume was 2.2 million yesterday, which was up 15%. I'm going to assume a lot of that was selling because the price went down 10%.
Yes.
Confirmed transactions were 1.7 million yesterday, which was up 33%, which is really interesting. In 24-hour period, that's up a lot. And to put in perspective, just in the 24-hour period yesterday, Bitcoin transaction fees that were paid to miners totaled $3.3 million Australian dollars.
Okay, yeah.
So that's kind of showing that's the money that was spent on Bitcoin to validate all of their transactions.
Yes.
And zero was spent on Nano.
Yes.
Which is kind of interesting.
No fees.
Long-term performance. So this is interesting. All-time high. Do you want to guess? It's currently at, what's the current price? Current price is $9.40.
$28.
$49.
Oh, okay.
In January 2018. So that seems to be right around the time that they changed the branding of the coin.
Right.
Basically went down from there, and it started to go back up when there was all this hype around January. So, all-time low, less than a cent.
Yes, right.
And do you know when that was?
Last year.
March. Yeah, it was March 2019.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Which is pretty crazy. So it went all the way down to 0.9%.
Yes.
And
so the true believers would be millionaires by now.
Yes. So the Nano increase to the top to $49
yes.
was 1,100 times.
Yes.
Whereas Bitcoin, from its all-time low to its all-time high, only 550 times.
Yes, right.
It's interesting. And then recent prices, January 2021, start of this year, $1.30, coming back up off that price. April, all-time high for this year, I guess 52-day high, 52
week
high, $17.
Yes,
so
right.
Up 13x. So if you had bought it in January, you'd make 13 times.
Yeah.
And then as of yesterday, it was $9.40, which is still up 7 times since January, but down 45%.
Yes, right.
Which is, interestingly, in January 2021, Bitcoin was 32,000, right?
Yeah.
And in April, it was 84,000.
Yeah.
Which was up only 2.5%. Not 2.5%, 2.5 times. And as of May, as of yesterday, it's at 47, which is 1.5 times since January.
Yes.
So basically what that's saying is right now, if you had bought in January, you'll have made 1.5 times your money with Bitcoin. But if you had bought Nano, you'd make 7 times your money.
Yeah, interesting to see where it goes, though, all the whole crypto thing.
Very interesting. So there's some scam issues at the moment.
Classic.
And so apparently there's a new version called version 22, which will resolve these problems apparently. Okay. But you just buy the dip now, you know?
Gonna be recommending a scam coin for everyone. Next thing you'll say, everyone buy Ripple.
No. See, let's just clarify. I'm not necessarily recommending it. We're just
having a discussion.
Yeah, we're just having a chat.
It's the same as that Grab guy.
Yeah.
I'll mention him in the next.
Okay. So I know your next question. So what can I use Nano for?
What can I use Nano for?
Exactly. Well, here's some interesting businesses that take Nano. There's a barbecue food truck, and you get a free soda. It's called And Also With Q. I don't know why it's called that, but that's the name of the food truck. There's a coffee roaster called Coffee Snobs. Construction materials called Donga. Gift cards called... That's what it's called. Or Donga, I don't know. There's a gift card... This is really interesting. So there's a gift card website called coinsbe.com. And you can go on there and you can buy gift cards for like JB Hi-Fi or something. Oh, probably not JB Hi-Fi, but something American. Like I've just forgotten every American store.
Walmart,
Walmart, yes.
Home Depot.
Yeah, Home Depot's a good one. So you could go on there and you could buy a Home Depot gift card with your Nano.
Yes.
So that's cool.
That's very cool.
I don't know how they tax that.
True.
You can. There's a hot sauce company called Pex Peppers.
Pex
Island
Peppers.
Expeditions called Desert Island Survival.
Okay.
There's a magic shop called Dreamland Magic. Outdoor equipment called Noltec Outdoors.
You sound very relevant to our listeners.
Tai Chi services called Meridian Connections. There's also a tax returns company called jackstaxback.com.
Jack's Tax Back.
There's travel booking called Travala and truck parts called Das Trucks.
Okay.
So basically, you could live your whole life on Nano.
Yep.
Name something that you need outside of those.
I mean, I couldn't think of anything.
Exactly. So, naturally, well, how do you earn Nano? Because maybe you don't want to buy it. Maybe you want to earn it.
Oh,
you
can. Yes.
So there's a game called CounterStrike.
Oh, no.
On which apparently you can do some sort of thing and you can... I don't know. I've never been on CounterStrike. Apparently there's some sort of thing... I don't know.
A true expert.
There's like a challenge you can do that you can earn Nano.
I'd like to say... between you talking about this and talking about Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike was the original NFT, not original, like they were the real NFT crazy market digital asset
Really?
thing. So people used to earn crazy things on Counter-Strike. This is like 10 years ago.
Yep.
And sell them for $10,000 to sell them for $20,000.
Ah.
Skins for your guns and stuff.
Yes, that's right.
Like getting 1 million kills on Counter-Strike or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd sell your skin for $10,000 that you unlocked. And there was a whole trading marketplace for skins on Counter-Strike.
So along that vein, and I don't know much about gaming stuff, but I was talking to a friend and his little brother sold his, I'm going to say Fortnite account. I think it was Fortnite for $1,000 because he'd like gotten to a certain level.
Okay.
And someone bought it off him for $1,000.
Bought his... Okay, all right.
Bought the account. I don't know why. Anyway, there's another game called Just Cause.
Yes.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
So Just Cause 2, apparently you can earn Nano. There's another thing. Yeah.
There you go.
And then these next ones are really cool. So there's one called We Nano, which I need to show you, and we'll put this in the we'll put this as some sort of visual. But check this out. So there's a thing called We Nano, and they basically have points of interest on a map that pay out that's near you. So it's, you remember when we were playing that game? What's that game where you had to go around and find the characters? You know, everyone was playing it for a bit.
Oh, Pokemon Go.
Yeah. So
go around and find the characters.
Isn't that what you had to do?
Can you be any more vague than that?
Okay, so I looked at this yesterday. I'm hoping there's still some stuff on here.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's working. Okay, all right. So look at this. I'll just bring my...
Oh, here we go. All right.
Okay, so this is a map, and again, we'll put this on as a visual. So this is a map of Newcastle, for example, right?
Okay, I can see two things.
So yes, it's not, even there being two things is impressive.
Okay, I don't.
So this is showing you a company that takes Nano. So there's a company called IC Solutions that you can literally pay with Nano.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And let me close that. These little things, the little squiggly lines, that is a point of interest at the Newcastle Uni, where you can...
New Nano friends.
It says you need to be within 1,000 meters to receive a payout, and you'll get 0.1 of a Nano.
Right. So it's like a check-in app. It's like Foursquare.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. 0.1 of a Nano, what's that, like 90 cents?
I don't know.
Is it $9?
Oh, 9, yeah, sure, yep.
There you
90
go.
cents.
That's like almost $1. It's like a free $1.
Yes, for just going to uni.
You just have to go to the uni.
Pretty cool.
So that's a way you can earn it, and that's all around the world. Like if you look at Sydney, there's a heap more options, and I'm sure in New York and LA and stuff.
Yes.
You can go on a thing called Play Nano. So you can go on an app called Play Nano, where you can play betting games to win Nano.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And then there's two other ones which are really interesting. There's a website called Bit for Tip.
Okay.
Bit for Tip. And you can earn coins by being helpful. Have you ever heard of this concept?
No.
So you can earn Bitcoin Cash, and Nano. And it's like people go on there and like kind of like put questions.
Yeah.
And they're like big questions. It's like one question was like, how did this tweet by Elon Musk affect prices of Dogecoin or something? And someone wants to find that out. And so they put it on this forum. And then if the person who gives the best answer can earn Nano.
Okay, right.
Which is kind of cool. And there's another one called Quick Crypto where you can earn rewards for completing offers and watching ads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's not bad.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting.
That's kind of cool. It's better than earning cash for doing surveys or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you could like, you know, make $2 worth of value now.
Yes.
And it could be $50 in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or it could be nothing.
Yes, true. It could be nothing.
So that is Nano.
Very good.
So my conclusion is, it is. I like the concept that it's a fixed supply. It's decentralized. It's simple. It's fast. There's no fees. I think a lot of it makes a lot of logical sense.
Yeah.
I think it hits the problem that it's not trying to solve every problem, and so for that reason, it might be successful. You can't really you can't really predict this stuff because it's just all about acceptance.
Yeah.
It's about network effect. If you use it and I use it, then it's effective for us, and if all of our friends use it, then it's effective, and then
Yeah, for sure.
it goes up in value. So
Yes. Cool.
could be good, worth watching. Yeah, buy it at your own risk. Just a funny little follow-on meme from,
Ooh, that's
and we could
so
maybe
bright now.
a funny little follow-on meme. Yeah, it's awful. Anyway, a funny follow-on meme from Nano is when I was watching like this YouTube video. One little clip that they used was Robin Williams Robin Williams he plays in some TV show where he's like an alien. Have you seen this?
No.
And he goes, Nanu, Nanu. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, okay, don't worry.
We'll put the clip back down here.
Yeah. It's funny anyway, because it sounds like saying Nano.
Until next week, Nanu, Nanu.